What the heck?
That can be yours for $5.
That's a wrap on Ted's mom, right? On tonight's Kurt's Blurbs Ted Lasso edition. Yes! What up, lunatics? Kurt Money here, finally freed from the Cape Fear shackles to bring you week-to-week coverage of Ted Lasso Season 4, starting with tonight's Home.
Home is just a state of mind.
I'll admit, when I heard about this coming back, I was skeptical. I didn't finish Season 3, and I had fallen out of love with the show. And I was a real Craig's Mom and Friday about it.
It's too early. It's too early.
It's too early. Why come back a mere 3 years later? Like, we haven't even had a chance to miss you yet. But then I realized quite the opposite was true. This was the absolute perfect time for this show to come back, and to come back in the way that it does. Let the blurbs begin. Blurb number 1, have a seat, Mbappe. This was the line that Henry's jerk coach said to him after a showy move on the field failed to connect.
Have a seat, Mbappe.
Now, had this show come back a mere 2 months earlier, on June 5th, the majority of the Ted Lasso audience probably would not know who they're referring to. But it's August. We live in a post-World Cup society now. We know who Kylian Mbappe is. You freaking kidding me? I mean, to better reflect this year's World Cup fever, he probably would have said, take a seat, Holland. But the word Mbappe works way better here.
Have a seat, Mbappe.
But the point is, the previous 30 seconds of this blurb would have been complete gibberish to that June 5th Kurt Money. That's why Ted Lasso coming back now, mere weeks after the final, is perfect timing to capitalize on the interest. I mean, I'm full back into soccer. Okay, I haven't followed it in 20 years, but here I am. I'm picking out all my teams. I'm dreaming about the jerseys that I gotta cop. I am full on soccer-fied, and I'm not alone in this. So it's either they bring Ted Lasso back now, right after this World Cup, or they wait another 4 years for another one, and who knows where we'll be in the world at that point. Plus, if this season is a hit, and based on the first 2 episodes, which I've seen thanks to the Apple TV's First Bite program, I think it will be.
Good, honey.
Then it can only help inspire interest for next summer's big soccer thing, the Women's World Cup. Which brings me, blurb number 2, best case scenario cast. Coming back after a short 3 years could be seen as like desperate or sad. Like, guess all those other offers weren't coming in. Might as well go back to what works. But now, Ted is coming back to coach the women's team. So it's half returning faces and half brand new ones. So we're getting the core of the show that we know and love, plus a whole lot of blank slates, storyline-wise, to play with. The Richmond men's team was lower than low, in spirit and standing, when Ted Lasso first came over. And it was so satisfying to see that ragtag team of underdogs overcome adversity to say, we belong, and mean it. Now we've got that exact same underdog premise, but amplified. The plight of women's soccer to prove their... Jesus. Kmon. Wish I could blame that on the missus, but she is a snoozing. Okay. Of women's soccer to prove their place in a sport dominated by the men's side of things. This is true at Richmond, in the fictional Ted Lasso world.
The Twickenham FC women's team has folded.
But it's also true to real life. Like, this is very much a problem. Like the show states, women weren't allowed to play professionally in England until like 71 or whatever.
Damn, that's recent as hell.
I know, right?
So this Ted Lasso reboot does not feel opportunistic or greedy. It feels necessary. Like, this is a story that demands to be told, which is definitely felt in episode 2. So we'll talk way more about that angle of it next week. But for now, let's focus on the premiere's main goal, which is, how do we get Ted back to Richmond without undoing all that pesky personal growth he achieved?
You tell me that my son needs me, so I gotta come home. Now you tell me I should go back? What the heck am I supposed to do? Split myself in half?
Blurb number 3, home is where you make it.
Nah, home is where you make it.
Yeah, you like to see homos naked. That's cool, man. Whatever.
No. Home is where you make it.
When we catch up with Ted, he's where he needs to be, back in his son's life. Sure, he doesn't love his job. He doesn't like watching others do his real job poorly.
Make the easy pass, you hear me?
Or be dicks about it.
You got a sec? Not really, Ted. Yeah, I'll have one then.
But he's with his son. So when the Richmond crew come to recruit him again, he ain't biting.
No way, man. No, I ain't going nowhere. You stuck with me, buddy boy.
Rebecca, though, she's biting plenty of that Kansas City barbecue.
That'll loom. Your hero's journey has now crossed the threshold.
I loved all the fish out of water stuff we get to do with her and Higgins.
I fell asleep.
That's okay.
On the toilet.
Keely's there too, to be in awe of the size of the stadium they're touring. But really, it's Bex and Higgy who have the most fun. First, the constant stain strugs, and then Higgins' jet lag and impromptu visit to the Negro League's baseball museum. I'm a sucker for jokes about dudes in shorts who don't normally wear shorts, and I got a few of them tonight.
Higgins in shorts? Oh my.
I feel unleashed, Ted.
And then how clueless he is about baseball is also very funny.
Well, those are certainly some names
of baseball men.
This dude was great too, who was running the door. We're back in England next week, so I doubt we'll see him again, which is a shame, because I liked him, and I really dug that shirt. Give me that shirt. I'm always a little cringy when shows feel obligated to do the white guy steps over himself to not appear racist, which itself might be a little racist, but I did chuckle at it here.
Oh, no. I love black people. I mean, not all of them. Only because you can't love all of anything, right?
The Higgins joke I want to highlight happens at the end. We got Keely. She's dreaming about a big stadium, and Rebecca's like, oh, the money. What's this going to cost me? She feels like her money man is the one to confide this to, because he's surely on her side in this.
It's like walking around Wonka's chocolate factory with Veruca Salt.
I want a stadium now.
But little does she know Higgins has been awakened. He's seen the light, and he's ready to spread the word.
Well, the women's team does need our support. Because ain't none of those women are common, Rebecca.
So that catches Rebecca off guard, and she's like,
What are you wearing?
What are you wearing?
in general, the joke setup of repeating a statement back to someone, whether it makes sense or not, is a pass for me. It feels like the kind of joke easy to make in a Marvel movie in between action set pieces to prove like, hey, we're funny. I couldn't find the modern day hacky version of this joke. Here's an example of it back when it was still fresh and funny.
Don't preach to me, fatso. I can preach to you all I want because you're stupid. You're stupid. Yeah, but you're a towel. You're a towel.
But here it does make sense, and Higgins' delivery of it is just so good.
Good point.
So they go back to Richmond with a no from Ted.
I can't take the job.
For the time being. We know he's going. Deep down, Rebecca knows he's going. He belongs in Richmond doing what he loves, coaching. And that in turn will be good for his son's state of mind, to have a dad who loves what he does and is good at it. He realizes this when he goes home real quick, and his mom suckers him into bringing a box down.
I love you, my big, strong baby boy.
I know this is just for laughs and stuff, and like, Kurt, it's fictional. This whole her scamming people thing ain't funny to me. I'm offended she didn't keep that friggin' scarf, okay? If I was Ted, I'd be super bummed.
But I gave it to you.
$10. It was a gift from the head coach.
And her clock broken is right twice a day. Yeah, I heard that one before, Ted's mom. Keep walking.
You're sure all it needs is a battery?
That's right. And if not, it'll still be right twice a day.
But anyway, the only way for Ted to make that happen, to realize his own dreams while still wearing the best dad ever hat, is to bring the whole family to Richmond. Boom. This works for me. Plus, it proves that Michelle's no longer with that douche doctor, if she's so willing to go along as well. Remember last year how not into the match he was? Being like the classic soccer hater?
Who's ready to spend the next 2 hours of their lives watching this game until it eventually ends up in an exciting 0-0 tie?
That was so great because it was the show giving us permission to hate him as a person. Not just because he's the man sleeping with our boy's baby mama. It was a green light to say he sucks, which he does.
Yes!
Blurb number 4, Kurt loves the callback. And this show bookends this episode with two of them. One that's plot heavy and one that's just there for the lulls, but they work together to make magic. Ted and Michelle, they're leaving Henry's school after talking to the principal and doing this bit that didn't really land for me because I'm not that familiar with Public Enemy's lyrical output.
Well, boy, that was a whole lot of something about nothing.
And it just made me think of an old SNL skit that did something similar.
I might as well jump. Go ahead and jump.
Anyway, Ted says, oh, maybe a change of scenery will be nice for him.
Henry will be out of here in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think a change of scenery would be good for the little guy.
And also, Michelle roasts Ted for forgetting to charge Henry's iPad.
Remember to charge his iPad? You hung me out to dry last time.
The only thing at 0% should be your doubt that it will be done.
Okay.
Okay, that's at the beginning. Flash forward to the end of the episode. Ted's still on the fence. He's going down memory lane via pictures of previous season hijinks. He texts the ex. How would Henry feel if we all moved to England? And like, this was a make or break moment for Ted. It's like, if Henry's not on board, we've got a problem. And Michelle says, change the scenery back to him. So it's like, boom. But turns out, he was actually texting with Henry when he asked, because Henry is using his mom's phone because, thanks a lot, dude, you didn't charge my iPad. Oh, and yes, I'd love to move, and so would Mom. Double booms here. Brought it all back at the end, and I loved it. Future Kurt here to fill in some of the missing blurbs that current Kurt missed. This is Blurb 4.5, Assistant Manager Ted. How is it that current Kurt did not talk about the opening scene at the grocery store? I mean, Red Apple cigarettes, boom, that's like a Tarantino reference right there. A lot of funny stuff happens in here just to show us what a current Ted looks like.
Probably due to my deeply ingrained white male privilege. Yeah. I mean, heck, I don't even like licorice.
And to meet one of his former players from American football, not football.
Coach?
He says battle bus so many damn times I had to Google it. It is a Fortnite thing.
Maybe I'll see you on the battle bus soon, huh? Yeah?
Anyway, Future Kurt, you don't Fortnite, cause it's too busy getting his burbs and on. Blurb number 5, character arcs moving forward. This episode plants some seeds of what I think will be season-long arcs for our main peeps. I think Ted is going to be all about finding that workplace balance. I mean, now that his whole family is there with him. Between his "what have you done other than work" request.
Everybody got to say what they've been up to the last couple of years. You only get 10 seconds and you can't say anything about work, all right? Higgins, go!
And also the part in the trailer where someone disagrees with football as life and Ted supports it.
No, life is so much more than football.
Not as catchy, but true.
I think he's going to be all about teaching us to take a break every once in a while. This feels in vogue in 2026. We just got a taste of it in the pit with Joy and her clocking out mic drop.
Maybe all you lunatics need to learn how to set some boundaries. Like me.
All this I kind of roll my eyes at. It does feel right at home on a show like Ted Lasso that is so positive and feel good. I'm not saying that's a bad message to send. I just don't think it's always true because of another old adage. If you love what you do, it's not work. So it's not necessarily a bad thing if someone is consumed by something that they can also make a living from. Sounds kind of like a blessing, TBH, but I digress. Rebecca's arc is all about building a women's club, and if it's more than just a potentially bad investment, or her duty to finance as a woman of power in a mostly man's world.
But it'll be different for us. Somehow.
Ep 2 gets more into Rebecca facing her own fears or weak spots of whether she is fighting the system or part of the problem. But more now they just plant the seed with this women supporting women bit with the tacky but timeless owner of Dazzle Me Moi.
We've been popping and hopping and guys have been shopping ever since. Women helping women, am I right?
Also, gives a great chance for a T Swift shout out. Ding, ding, ding.
But luckily, a couple summers ago, when Taylor Swift was performing in town.
Oh, wait, also Ted related. We get a new entry into the Ted Hates Tea gag. First, in the principal's office.
Can I offer you some tea?
No, thank you.
Yeah, I'd rather suck sweat from a horse, but I mean, no thank you.
And then later, when he's sipping it, when he finally makes the decision to go back, and he's like, never mind.
Nope.
He's sipping out of this dope-ass mug with like a retro Kansas City Whiz logo on it. That's another thing that Leo pointed at in this episode that I would not have blinked at 2 months ago. And that's because the 97-98 home kit for the Kansas City Whiz is on my dream list of jerseys. How sick is that right there? Blurb number 6, this season on Kurt's Blurbs. I really can't wait to talk about episode 2. That's when we get back into the tried and true premise that we know and love, and it's all around the pitch, baby. But this app did its job of getting me psyched for Ted's return. And to further convince me that anyone who is still like, why'd they come back and ruin a perfect ending, is a real dum-dum who does not get it.
About a 9 on the tension scale, Rube.
They don't get it yet. I'm going to try and incorporate some Ted Lasso positivity into this. They don't get it yet. Ted Lasso is in such a unique position because no other show has had such a perfect, different, but more of the same setup just there for the taking. I love the idea of watching them step up to the challenge of being a reboot that matters. And I love the idea of watching that all unfold all season with you, the lunatics. Almost as much as I love the idea that you all friggin' watch the Burbs.
The Burbs.
TBITBOAT.